Let us start the video. Good afternoon. It is a nice, warm Sunday afternoon. I decided to jump out of here at like 4 o'clock thinking that there would be no orders. But as soon as I turned it on, I get an order. It's actually a decent order. There must be like nobody out here right now. Anyway, so long story short, yesterday I got on Facebook. I'm not really a Facebook person, more of an Instagram. But I got on Facebook because I was like looking at Facebook Marketplace and stuff. Because I like looking at motorcycles that people are selling, even though I'm not going to buy any. I don't know. I just like looking at them. And I see this group that was basically like for, people who ride motorcycles in Georgia. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I started looking to see all the different like rides that people are doing and things that I've never even heard of before, like a poker run, right? Like I had no idea what a poker run was. So I see this posting for Georgia riders yesterday, or no, day before yesterday. It was on a Friday. And I was like, oh, that does not look like something for me, right? Like, but none of my friends wanted to go out riding. And, it was like a Harley meetup thing where they're riding. And I was like, I've always been curious to know what it would be like, riding in that massive group that you see every once in a while, just 100 or so motorcycles. And so I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get out there with the Harley boys and with my Suzuki sport bike. Everything will be fine, right? So I show up by myself, and there are, everyone's in their like leathers and their Harleys, and I don't think I generally like uncomfortable situations. Usually when I plan them, like they're just fun. This was a different level of uncomfortable. Not only am I riding, I've only been riding motorcycles for a month now, a little over a month. So not only am I just like a novice at this, I'm going to put myself in a group of people that I don't know, lots and lots of them, ride in some sort of formation that I'm not trained to do, for like 50 miles across different places. So far out of my comfort zone. It's not even funny, right? So I show up, I bring my drone, because I wanted to get some like cool drone shots of the just massive amounts of bikes that were there. And wait, I'm going to Cava, so I should go up to North Point Drive. Yeah. So I sign up, I get my ticket, and they explain to me what a poker run is. Now, if you don't know what a poker run is, it's basically... Hello. All right. So what do I just pick one?
Well, did you have your card from your... Yes. So you'll pick a card, and the highest hand wins and the lowest hand wins.
Oh.
So just because it's low doesn't mean it's bad.
Okay.
It's pretty, but I'm still mad. Then you'll draw any... If you want to wait till he's done...
Nah.
Okay, then you draw any
So you should have got this one, which was the 9 of clubs.
9 of clubs?
I may have been wrong. The yellow flashing means you can get your ass out in the middle of the road. Jesus Christ. But I kind of wanted to just kind of after action report this and just sort of talk through it while I go deliver somebody their Cava. And So what you do is they give you like 4 or 5 places. It's actually 5. Well, no, 4 places, and then you come back to the beginning. So we started at this place called I'm trying to remember the number. It's like 278. I think it's just called 278 South or something like that. And you get your card. All right, hold on. Let me pick this up real quick, and then I will continue this topic. And it has drinks. Hello, yes, I have a Chad. With 2 D's.
Chad, 2 D's for the knee.
Excellent. Thank you. Anyway, started talking to people, and I had a preconceived notion that like everyone would kind of shun me. Tiff's Treats, 18 miles in Woodstock. Oof. Do I want to do that? I don't really. Yeah, you know what? That's a terrible order, but I'm going to do it because it's a Sunday and there's probably no traffic, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm really just kind of getting out here today, just having fun. Just enjoying the breeze. So everyone was super cool. And we start essentially, and I did okay. Like I stayed kind of back of the line, but it was the most insane experience trying to stay staggered and not hold the line up, at the same time have to worry about normal hazards on the road, and they had, and of course every single bike there is insanely loud, right? So I'm sitting here trying to focus, and then it's just like brah, brah, like just blasting by me, right? Because they had like one dude, well, not one, there was a couple actually, that would run ahead of the group to block off traffic, right? So when you have 100 bikes on the road, you want to keep them all together, right? So they basically, blocked all the traffic. So they would run up to the intersection, block traffic, and whether the light was green or red, doesn't matter. We were booking it through it. So it was like we're just cruising like 60 miles an hour or whatever through these lights. And now I understand from a person who's in a car or whatever how annoying it is, right? Totally understand it. I've been there. I've rolled my eyes. I've been like, dude, come on, really? Now, I also, now that I've been in the other side of this, totally understand it. Like, that was a lot of fun. Yes, it was a lot of fun at someone else's, at a lot of other people's expense. And you know what? Sometimes that's just how fun happens. What do you do? Okay. What is wrong with people today? Everyone's just like doing weird stuff. So, we first place we went to was like a bowling alley. And when you get there, okay, so this is the poker part. So when you get there, why are you parking there? When you get there, there's a table and some people from the group, it was usually like 2 ladies were there, and there's a bunch of playing cards. And you pick a playing card, just like a random card, and whatever you pick, they would like sign their initial on your card, right? So if you had like a 5 of diamonds, they'd go 5 of diamonds, and they'd write their initial, right? You'd hang out there, have a beer, talk. Which for the first couple times, I mean, I did find people to talk to. Like I said, anybody that I talked to was like, I mean, I had just knew everything about me. Like, you know, there was nothing that screamed, this guy knows what he's doing. So I think people were actually kind of interested in just like, who is this guy showing up in like gear on a sport bike for a Harley ride, right? And anybody that I ever brought that up to, everyone had the exact same answer or the same response. They all said, hey, a motorcycle's a motorcycle. And I was like, man, that was cool. Because like you hear about these Harley rider, like the Harley versus the sport bike riders, and you watch these like TikToks or, you know, YouTube shorts of like the Harley rider getting pissed off at the sport bike rider for like passing him or something. And now it's like, I just thought that was just the way it was, right? But now I'm wondering, actually, I'm wondering, what the hell? Am I no, I'm turning at the light. Okay, my bad. My bad. So like I now I'm wondering, like, what did the sport bike rider do? Like, was he a dick, right? Because I don't know, man. Maybe you know, they just got a few bad apples, just like, I mean, dude, I've seen stupid sport bike riders, right? And they do some dumb stuff. Like that I mean, that's a fair assessment, right? And if you, I mean, Harley riders, for the most part that I've seen, are generally a more seasoned crowd, okay? They're not the kids on the, you know, is that where I'm supposed to turn? 450 feet. No, that's a few more. Cape York Trace. Right, so you got, and I totally get it. You know, you got a sport bike rider who's, you know, either popping wheelies or doing something stupid. And, you know, you've got the older dude on the Harley who's pissed off. 3722. It says it's like right here. How is it? Okay. I guess this is what we be doing. 3722. Oh, this is meet at door. Everything went great. I'm going to leave this here for you, sir. I am going to... Alright, now we're going to test trains. Okay, cool. Oh, hey, sure. That would be why no one came to the door. Because he was not home. Okay, can we just, like, can we navigate? I don't understand why this thing is not just auto-navigating. What are we doing here? Did they, like, update this app and screw it up? Wouldn't be surprised. I think I'm just gonna have to... Yeah, this is where... Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna chill right here so that I don't get in anybody's way. Take my glove off. Close the stupid app. Go back into it, and hopefully it'll be... Oh, look. God, see, just... You know, I think the reason why I get so pissed off about this kind of stuff is I'm a freaking developer. And I would never let this bullshit go to production. Uber. All right. 400 feet. Go left. So the second place we went to was... Where was it? It was another bar. Ah, God, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was the Watering Hole. I think it was called the Watering Hole. So we went there. I had lunch there. Really good burger. But it was just crazy seeing so many people there. Like, this place had like 4 patrons, and then it had like 120 in like a second. So, you know, it was a lot of fun, you know, talked to a couple people. Then we went to my favorite place for sure. We went to a place called Bikers Gone Wild, and apparently it is owned by this one lady who everyone knows, and apparently she's like really big into the community. And I mean, she was really nice. I bought a couple hats just out of, you know, hey, I'm the new guy, let me like buy some stuff. But it was just like, it was like this little hole, literally hole in the wall place. Didn't even have a parking lot. We had to park across the street, and we all just like hung out and we're just talking, and I don't know, it was just like really good time at each of these places. And I was just like, man, what a cool idea. Not only are you getting out and riding, right, which is fun, you're supporting other people that are like supporting your community. So I don't know, man. I thought, what a cool idea. And then at the end, you know, after you go to like 4 different places, you come back to the original spot, which was that 278 South or whatever. Probably getting the number wrong, but whatever. And you get your last card. Why is there blue on the road? You get your last card, and you know, whoever has the highest hand wins, and whoever has the lowest hand wins a prize. I didn't get either, which is fine. But yeah, I've got, oh man, I don't know. I think I've got like 4 hours of footage that I'm gonna have to. And what sucks is like I was so nervous in the beginning, well, just period, that I didn't check my camera position, so my camera was like too far down. So like you don't see much of my, you don't see much of the ride. I'll have to do my best to extract as much out of it as I can. It's just mostly my dashboard. And you can't really hear me talking. Like, sometimes I forgot to put my mic in my helmet because I was so... I was... I have to admit, it's nice to feel nervous sometimes. Life can get so boring that, like, feeling anything... I now understand why people are like, oh, I just want to feel something. Like, just being nervous was... great. Just doing something outside my comfort zone, like legit out of my comfort zone. Not just like, oh, well, I don't really think that. No, this was like on every level. My writing, my social, everything. This was just literally the most insane thing I think I've ever done. And I know most people are going to be like, you know, you think you're blowing this out of proportion. No. And not only am I not blowing it out of proportion, I'm going to do it again. Hands down. Probably the best time I've had just in general in a very long time. There were some very notable quotes. One of the guys, you know, his Harley was leaking oil, and the other guy said, well, it's a Harley, so how do you know if it has oil if it's not leaking? I was just like, thought that was hilarious. Self-deprecating humor at its best. So, I don't know. But yeah, man, I'm proud of myself. I held up with the group. I did what I was supposed to do, and everyone was good with it. And one of my friends was like, you know, they were judging you, right? I'm like, well, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I would judge me too. If I was one of them, and all of a sudden this dude shows up in this blue Suzuki in a sea of Harleys, I'd be judgy too. Come on, like, we're only human. At least I didn't take the Z. If I took this thing, man, that would have been worse. That would have been pretty funny, but So, the Z900. Like I said, I don't even think I've actually put a video out yet. I've recorded quite a few, but they were boring, and so I just let them out. I let them rot. But I sold the MT-07. It was just a little too small for me because I'm a big dude. And okay, I'm really tired of opening and closing this thing because there's a freaking red light every 6 feet in this stupid town. And of course it turns green right as I open up my visor. So yeah, the MT-07 was just a little too small. And I was looking at the CB750, I was looking at the GSX-S1000, and the Kawasaki Z900, right? Which is what I ended up going with. And up at Mountain in Roswell, so there were like 3 that were available. And there was one at Mountain. It wasn't the color. I wanted to get the the green and the green and the black. I didn't want to get the solid black. But I wanted to at least go sit on one. And by the time I got up there, like later that day, it had sold. And I was like, well, that sucks. So there's 2 more in Marietta. So I go to Marietta. One of them had already sold. There was 1 left. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I sat on this thing and I was like, man, this is perfect. Like, it's got that flimsy, not flimsy, but like flickability factor. It's it like the MT-07, but it's got some weight to it. It doesn't. I needed more weight to feel more stable on it. I know a lot of people want like a light bike, and I get that, but when you're a big dude, you need a heavier bike. Otherwise, you're really top heavy. And when I was riding the MT-07 on the freeway, a semi came by and literally almost blew me off the bike because it was so light. All right, so I need to do a U-turn here, and then I've never actually been to Tiff's Treats before. You want me to go to Woodstock too, don't you? I don't really. I love how Uber does this. Like, they'll send me shit while I'm like trying to do like a U-turn or something. Dude, and it kills. That was Tiff's Treats right there. It kills my freaking GPS, so I can't see where I'm going, and I end up missing my turn. At least it's cool in here. Hello, Shayna? Oh, what? Okay, so you got a half dozen chocolate chip cookies. This woman is on her period, 100%. Nobody gets half a dozen of cookies if they're not eating them themselves, and a pint of vanilla. Thank you. All right, and a pint of ice cream. Yes, sir. We feel you, Shayna. Well, I don't, but I at least understand. Been there. I've had to make this run before. I want cookies and ice cream right now. On it. All right, so Uber Eats is awful support, which I don't even think you could call it support. It's just more of a, it starts off with AI, and it's like, hey, what can I help you with? So here's what happened. I get an order. It was kind of a weird order. It was a Waffle House that was going like almost 15 miles. It was 3 of the same thing, I remember. And the name was like weird too. It wasn't like a standard foreign name. It was just like, I don't know. It was just weird. I just remember going, oh, that's weird. So I get there, and it's a gated, God, Jesus. It's a gated community, or apartment complex, right? Community. It's cute. Okay. but she doesn't have a gate code or a call or anything. So like I look up the name on the box. Her name's not even there. Okay? So that's another warning sign. There's no one I can call. What the hell are we doing? So I'm sitting there, and like no one's coming, so I can't like just get in there. So I text the lady, and I'm like, hey, is there a gate code? I can't get into your complex. No response. I call, goes to voicemail. So I go to support, and I'm like, and so AI's like, what can I help you with? I'm like, well, this bitch won't answer the phone, so, you know, I got another order I got to drop off. What am I supposed to do? And it's like, oh, it sounds like you need an agent. I'm like, of course I need an agent. Why else? All right, anyway, so I get the agent. The agent's like, what seems to be the problem? And I'm like, I literally just typed it. So then it was like, you need to call the support line. And I was like, oh God, the last thing I want to do is actually talk to any of you people. And so I call up, and surprisingly, the lady, I think English was her second language. It wasn't like her third or fourth. So I was able to get my point across. And she's like, okay, well, sir, we're going to have to call the customer. I'm like, yeah, do that, because I just want to get out of here. It's like, at this point, I'm just tired of sitting here doing nothing. I'm not getting paid to sit in this lady's parking, in her, So I said I left her food at the leasing office, and, she's welcome to come and get it. So the support lady comes back, and she's like, hey, we tried calling the customer, they didn't answer. And then she just like a period there. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's what, okay. And she's like, okay, well, we've completed the order. You're still going to get paid. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, obviously I'm not going to get a tip, right? Wrong. Not only did I get a tip, it was like a $9 tip. So I was super confused. Now, I've never done Uber Eats as a customer before. Like, I've done DoorDash, but I've never done Uber Eats as a customer. So I know that Uber Eats allows you to, like, untip, right? Like, you can taunt people and be like, hey, I'm going to give you a $50 tip, and then they deliver your food, and then you can just be like, nope, just kidding, which I think is a dick move on Uber's part, but, it is what it is. So that means that this person who I, tried to deliver this to, who didn't answer for whatever reason, I leave her food at the leasing office, which was a good ways away, and she still tipped me almost $10. What? I'm so confused. I don't know. It just has scam written over it, all over it to me. But to what end? Like, did someone just want free Marble House? And like, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes these orders can get weird. Maybe this kid will see that there's a... What are you drinking? Is that like a... It's like a sippy cup. Maybe he'll see there's a motorcycle behind him, and he'll be like, I'm in a BMW, so I'm going to go real fast. And then that'll let me get in front of these other cars. How much you want to bet that's what happens? Watch this. Give him a little rev, right? He's looking in his rearview mirror. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show this motorcycle with my flamboyantly colored license plate tag and my sippy cup. I'm gonna show him what I can do. Come on. Come on. That's weak. That was weak sauce. But it accomplished what I needed it to. Hello. Got a pickup.
What was the name?
Natasha? Thank you so much. You as well. I don't want this to... I mean, there's not really much I can do about it. Just try not to... Try not to squish it. I'm coming, Shayna! Well, that's a pretty stop sign that I just rolled through. Alright, going to 343. It didn't, that's nice. It did not melt. So my bag did pretty good. Alright. Now Natasha with her Thai food. We're going 4 miles, $5. I'll do some Culvers, that's fine. Oh, now I gotta go pick up. Why don't you let me take people their food first? Culver shouldn't be that bad, though. Apparently so. There you go. Holy crap, look at all the people here. Thank you. Thank you.
Safe travels.
Thank you. Why are we stopped? What are we doing here, lady? Hello? Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, 426. Looks like that. Yeah, right here. All right, Natasha, this is going to be our. These are cute houses. Z900 will move if I need it to. Damn, that thing really opened up. Alright, exit 9. Okay.
Harrison E says, meet a 100. I'm at the AT&T.
And then I'll be in the hospital. Good, how are you?
For Harrison.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Appreciate that.
That's the first place I've gone to that I was like, man, I'm hungry.
They have buy one, get one chicken sandwiches, but I typically get their smash burgers.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Really? Because they don't have one over in Alpharetta where I'm at.
Yeah,
And
I mean, even me, like, that's the closest one to me, but I live in Waleska, so I don't really have one close other than when I'm here, but if you get a chance, dude.
yeah, I'm gonna do it. It looked really good.
Yeah,
Take care.